Beautiful day, beautiful life, beauty all around me. Beauty within, 'cause we are His. Beauty surrounds me. I am beautiful.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Sistas Perspective.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Hi, Kimberly. Thank you for joining us.
Oh,
Somebody please get that?
because I was like, what are we doing now?
Yes. All right. We are so happy that you are here. Thank you for joining us. If you are coming in, please go ahead and share. Invite folks to come in and chat with us tonight. We are going to be talking about relationships of all kinds. Kimberly, we're so glad you're here. Hey, 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 how are
Yes.
you?
Hey.
Yes. And other folks will be coming in as well. But for those of you joining us for the first time, we are Sistas Perspective. Tonight we're four sisters. There's another sister who's blowing up my phone right now, but I cannot answer that. Who are four fabulous, funny, fantastic sisters who are here to just share our thoughts with you this evening. And we hope that you will enjoy what we're talking about. Go ahead and take another minute or so to share and get some other folks to join in with us tonight as we do our check-in. So we're going to go oldest to youngest this time. Let's check in. How are y'all doing?
I am doing great. I'm doing great. It was a fun-filled weekend, a little bit exciting. We had some football, great football, and birthdays, or I should say birthday. But I have two in September. So we did one this weekend, got another one next weekend. I really don't know what I was thinking. That was not good planning. Not at all. But we're gonna make it through. So the first one, she had plenty of fun, and that's all that matters. So
Excellent. Excellent. Sounds like you had a good weekend. What about you, Charlize?
Are we skipping you?
right, yes, I know
Why do we always skip you?
exactly.
You're not young. You're not younger than me.
I feel like this should be a conversation for the production meeting on air. Come on, crew, let's get it together. We can talk about
call
that
her out in the midst of this.
Right. I need a new production crew. Go ahead. How are you, sis?
I'm good. We have one sister that is texting. She can't get on. Can anyone help her?
Okay.
But look, but while y'all helping her, I'll go ahead and check in. I had a great busy weekend. Wow. Friday night we did a couples game night. Saturday night I sang for an anniversary banquet. It was out It was out at where were we? The Rosen Plaza on International Drive. Very nice gala. Sorry, it's not a banquet. It was a gala. Excuse me. And then Sunday, I sang at the Hope Church Sunday morning. That was wonderful. They were celebrating their 39-year church anniversary. And then today, I woke up, went to treatment. After treatment, I came home and got ready, and we went out to International Drive, and I did the Cassandra Lewis show. Woo! National show that is on Xfinity, Comcast, or Roku tonight at 7 p.m. If you have it, please tune in to Afro TV and catch my segment. If not, it's okay. I'll be posting it on my page tomorrow.
Okay, celebrity.
The link so you guys can check me out. I wonder if you can scan this.
Just blatant, you know.
Scan it from where we are. Look,
That's what I want to know. Try it.
Oh
No.
I'm gonna need y'all to stay on track. See, Jay on the left, and
That's
y'all
part
all
of the
off
check
track.
in. It's part of the check in. She gone. We can do what we want to do.
You know
She
what?
she not the boss of us. No.
Oh,
Y'all gonna get in trouble. Go. So my weekend was fun and it was full. My friend Cece had an awesome show down at the Dr. Phillips Center. I was not able to attend, but I did support, and I bought 2 tickets and gave those away. Hopefully, everybody enjoyed. I know people enjoyed it. It was phenomenal. Everything she does is great. So I had a really fun, filled, full weekend, and I'm grateful. And I'm
Wow.
gonna wrap it up.
Yes.
Let
That's
me
wonderful.
turn this.
Oh,
All right, Carolyn.
I guess it's my turn. I ran a 5K. I'm just kidding. I didn't do anything
I
interesting.
was getting ready to say, wait a minute.
I'm about to say, wait a minute. Isn't that my job?
That sounds like Lori with a 5K.
My daughter had some activities to go. She's a part of a mentoring group now. Um,
Oh, with Miss Holiday?
Holiday, her mentoring group. So
What's the name of it?
it is they are the M&Ms. So her ministry is Mary and Martha Ministry. So this is like
Correct.
part of her ministry and extension. So they're called M&Ms and their little theme.
I love that.
Yes, it's very cute. So this weekend they got together and they had a spa day, and she put it on, and they had a great time. They had little stuff to clean their feet and had little things on their eyes, laying back, and they was drinking cucumber.
Oh,
Aw, cute.
I want to go
very
to
nice.
see the Woman King, but I had to put what I want to do to the side so that Giselle can have some fun. That's okay. I'm gonna get rid of her next weekend, and I'm gonna see the Woman King. But my week's been wonderful. I don't even be talking about work on here, y'all. Work is a whole nother story. But
It don't have to be work. You just check in
Exactly.
however you
Yeah,
want
just-
to.
most of my week, like my job as a counselor, I'm really excited about things that we are doing at my school, but I just don't be feeling like talking about all that. But
No.
Well,
And
you
that's
just
fine.
check in with the fun stuff then.
There you go.
so that's it.
All right.
I ran a 5K. It was awesome.
Excellent.
This
Excellent.
girl with this 5K.
And the lightning will come through.
Right.
All right. So, a couple things. Just because y'all can't see me or hear me does not mean that I cannot see you or hear you.
You are not the
But
boss
when
of
I
me.
step out of
Y'all
the
are
studio
busted.
to handle business, I need you all to stay professional and on task. Okay.
Okay, Mom.
Never.
You would swear she's the oldest.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to say that. I thought
Yeah.
Lori was. But okay.
And so we are still trying to get through our check-in. Folks who are joining us, pardon all of the issues. I need a new tech crew, a new production group.
Don't act that way.
Well, you
Sherry,
can't kick
I'm
us out
glad you
because
were
you ain't
able to
related
get
to us.
in. Please check in. How are you doing, Sherry?
I am a little frustrated, but
Uh-oh.
everything is going good. It was much better today, but I spent most of the weekend with sinus issues, and
Oh,
for some reason, because all the thunderstorms and the heaviness and pressure has been tap dancing on my face, and it was so funny because I saw PJ over the weekend, and he was going through the same thing, and I was like, yeah, you can tell we're not adopted, we're actually all siblings. Because we all have, some issue with that here and there or whatever, but it was but everything else has been going great, and I'm just trying to go with the flow.
All right.
all right.
Excellent. All right.
Hamia.
All is well in my world. No issues, no complaints. I'm working. I'm loving what I do. Loving my family. Had a great time. Went out to a ranch on Saturday to spend time with some students. It was just great. Everything is fine. I want to say hey to my friend Tiffany Hollis, who's on. I see Debbie West, who came in here in the room.
Hi.
Thank y'all for joining us a little while tonight. And again, if you are just coming in for the first time, this is Sistas Perspectives, 5 sisters who just get together to chop it up, have a good time. And we are so happy that you're joining us on tonight. We are talking about relationships, all kinds of relationships. And I'm going to turn it over to Big Sis, who's going to start us off. But before I do, I got a joke for you.
Oh, Lord.
Come on with the joke.
We couldn't make it through without it.
Nope.
I got to give you at least one.
Go
And
ahead.
listen, I wrote it down to make sure I didn't forget. All right. Let's see. What do dentists call their x-rays?
Dental ray. I don't know.
Toothpicks.
Wait, what?
Picks.
Girl.
Picks.
Girl,
I'm mad that Charlotte always tries to answer the question.
like I would ever get it right.
No.
But that helps. That helps. That helps. If she
I
does
wouldn't
try.
even try.
All right.
It does.
All right.
It's just the it's just the feedback.
That's it. I like the feedback. You're doing good, Charlotte. The rest of them suckers. All right. Did you hear? Listen. Did you hear about the first restaurant on the moon?
No.
It had great food, but no atmosphere.
I am not gonna play with you.
All right. All right. You want to hear? Do you want to hear a construction joke? I got one. You want to hear a construction joke?
Yes,
You're
I
gonna
do.
tell
I
us
would love
anyway.
to. I
You're
am
gonna
so
tell us
excited
anyway.
for this
Sorry,
joke.
I'm still working on it.
Yeah.
Oh! No, ma'am.
I'm
No,
gonna stop.
ma'am.
I'm gonna stop right there for tonight. I'm gonna stop.
You know what my favorite one is? The one you did last week. Have you
You want
been
me
to
to
the
go
new
back?
restaurant? They ain't got no menu.
Yeah.
You just
You
get
ever heard of that
what you
restaurant
deserve.
Karma? You ever heard of that restaurant Karma? Yeah.
Yes, Kimberly, please tell
They
her
don't
to
have no
stop.
menu. You get what you deserve.
I
love
love it.
Kimberly says
I mean, at least
stop.
I didn't do a corny one like, what do you call a waitress that only has one leg, or where does she work at IHOP? I didn't do that
Jam,
one.
I'm not finna play with you. Somebody, please.
It's just
That
wrong.
is
I didn't do
actually
that one.
cool.
I'm getting ready to log off.
Somebody get her.
I would
Somebody.
like to thank Marin Lyles from Parade for these jokes that I shared this evening. Thank you, Marin. If you have a joke that you think would be wonderful on Sisters Perspective, you can send it to us at sistersperspective at
Hey, Mom.
gmail.com. And we would be happy to use your joke on one of our shows. Or I would be. My sisters may not care too much, but I enjoy your jokes. They help me get through the day. A joke a day keeps you laughing all day long. Hey, Carolyn P. Thomas, I'm glad you're joining us.
Hey, Mom and Dad.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad.
Right.
Jam,
Kimberly Grant, don't hate on my jokes. I mean, I give them out as God gives them to me.
that girl said as God gives them.
Don't blame it on the Lord, please.
This comedy special was brought to you by Simmons Enterprise LLC.
Thank you, Simmons Enterprises, for sponsoring that joke segment. And over to you, big sis.
I'm gonna need everybody to keep their day jobs because the comedian thing is not working for you. Okay, just everybody hang on to the day job.
That's fine.
it. All right. Well, this is actually a good segue into relationships because, as you can see, this relationship here, yeah, a little bit of a circus, but it's great.
Wait, Lord, let me do one more.
Oh gosh.
Oh gosh.
What does a nosy pepper do?
Jam.
He get all
Sniff.
up in your jalapeno business. He get all up jalapeno your business.
Bye.
I'm not.
Jalapeno.
Kimberly,
Jalapeno business.
somebody please come get her. She lives
Yes, please.
she lives somewhere out of the state. Get her.
All right. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And we can't give her away because she's our sister.
We can't. She's
Dang it.
blood. I might need her kidney one day. I'm just kidding.
No, you're not. No, you're
I'm
not.
not kidding. Right.
Not kidding. May actually need that. But as I said, we're going to be talking about relationships today, and we're not just focusing on, most of the time, as soon as you mention relationship, people are thinking dating, marriage, couples, whatever. No, we are going to be talking about just every kind of relationship that you can possibly think of. Maybe some that you haven't thought of. So, can somebody give me the definition? Actually, I'm going to ask Carolyn because I know she'll read this stuff. What's your definition of a relationship, Carolyn?
I didn't do my homework. Why would you do this? Hold on.
Because that's the best part of it.
What is my definition of a relationship?
Yeah, how would you define relationship?
Two or more people deciding how they relate to each other.
You can't use the
It's
word
pretty
in
good.
the
I
definition.
know, and I used to always tell my students that, but I didn't use relationship. I said relate. Boom.
Hey.
That is part of the
Part
part
of
of the word.
relationship.
Okay.
Whatever.
Really?
And
Whatever.
the buzzer would have sounded on you. No, you can't use a part of the word, ma'am.
Oh,
It
guys.
is the state of being connected together by
Okay, so
blood or marriage.
How they want to be connected together.
That's a relationship.
That is actually one of the definitions of a relationship. And it's basically, like you said, Carolyn, two or more people and the way they actually are connected and react and bond and everything with each other. So that's what relationships are. And we got all different kinds of relationships. Some of the main relationships that everyone is familiar with is, of course, family. And that relationship right there can be a challenge
Hard
in
work.
any family. I don't know how I put it with y'all, but I still love you.
Whatever.
Okay, ma'am.
Just playing. And then also, you have friendships and you've got acquaintances and you've got the romantic relationships, such as, the couples and the married people and all that kind of stuff. Then you just have your plain sexual relationships. Okay.
Ooh.
Let's just be real. Let's just be real. And then you got work relationships. And some of them are, today,
Girl, you look like your brother when you did that.
you know what? I'm gonna rebuke you right now.
Stop! Don't do that. Don't talk about my big brother like that.
That's a relationship right there. You heard it?
Yeah,
Ain't it?
That
Yeah.
is. So I guess we're gonna start off with the family relationships. So usually in any family, if there is more than one child, there is going to be sibling rivalry. So that dynamic in our family is really interesting. We've had some unique sibling rivalries. A lot of times sibling rivalry, that's also a tongue twister. It's just competition, good competition, but sometimes it involves a little bit of animosity. And I think with PJ and Carolyn, it might have been some animosity in there.
He always
I was like, what is wrong with this boy? So Carolyn, tell us about your relationship with your sibling.
just that one?
Yeah, any one of them. But that one seemed to be the most interesting.
Right.
Nothing interesting. It's just he be hating on me because I came along and I was the baby and everybody liked me. And so, decided he wants to be a jerk about life. But his kids love me. His kids love me. I'm like their favorite person. So, that's the irony in it all.
Wait a minute. I don't know. I might come in there somewhere.
They absolutely love me.
They love Auntie Lori too.
We'll hit somewhere about third or fourth place, but
Oh, wow.
That girl said third or fourth place. Father help us.
I love Auntie. I don't even have, if y'all notice, I don't have a name. They just call me Auntie, and
That's
you know what it is. I just have one. So I'm like Cher. So anyway, just one name. But there is no rivalry there. There's animosity on one person's part, and it's not.
Girl.
But I'm fine.
Yeah, but she's good.
Right.
Of course you are.
No bitterness.
Of course you
None.
are. Well, as you can see, we got a little sibling rivalry here as to who is going to be the favorite aunt. And
And who is mom's favorite and
Yeah, who
dad's
is
favorite?
mom's
We all
favorite?
know I'm dad's favorite. Just calm
I
down,
don't think
everyone.
so.
I can get you that, but you definitely not mom.
You know
so
I'm
are you
your favorite.
claiming that spot, Carolyn?
Does
You
Mom
claiming
have
that
a
spot?
favorite?
I tell y'all every time.
She said because she named after her.
At the bottom of the screen. What
Look
is
at her
that?
name.
No, Mom just ran out of names. Out of 10 kids, she ran out of naming people. She couldn't think of anything else.
See, that's the story that they told you.
No.
When they told you, but it's not actually true. They just ran out of names and stopped having kids. Absolutely not. It was like, oh my gosh, let's keep going and go.
No, they were like, oh my gosh, I am so tired. Can't think of another name.
She's agreeing. Thanks, Mom.
Only insecure people feel like they have to engage in this conversation. Like, it's ridiculous.
Okay. First of all, Jam.
It's hard.
Don't do
Okay,
that.
and as you can see,
If
this
you know who you
particular
are, it's
sibling,
no
go
need to
ahead,
even respond.
Jim.
Let me
Yeah,
just
get her.
sit
Put them,
back.
take them glasses off
Please, she does not wear glasses, people.
at all.
At all.
None.
She doesn't
Hi,
know.
Miss Morris.
So, Jamie, enlighten us on this
If you can.
your status.
I'm
with
so tired.
sibling
And she
rivalry.
can see through them glasses as she
I
tries to
know.
My
What is-
status?
Yes.
which status are we referring to
It
here?
could be you just
I
said,
need to go get my phone.
insecure people because we were talking about who
I
is mom's favorite.
oh I mean I don't have to defend myself on that front. I mean,
Clearly, she thinks she's the favorite.
mom and I, we
Clearly.
have an understanding. Dad and I, we have an understanding, and I just let you all engage in those trivial conversations, and I just move
I
forward.
can't stand
Ooh, trivia. My
her.
God.
Trivia.
Today. Help us, Father.
I think it is important to have this type of fun, these type of
Yeah.
sibling rivalries, because they just make the relationship engaging,
Yeah.
and I think it makes mom and dad feel good too to hear us bicker over them. But in reality, we all know what's real. You know, we all know what the truth is. The truth of the matter is.
I don't like Jam.
I don't like her either.
We do
Let's
not.
talk about this relationship. Why is it that you all always come for me?
Oh my
There's so
God.
much shade every time we get together
Mm.
on a national platform
Because
that I don't understand
you
this.
see how you
I'm gonna have to
acting?
go
This is not the
solo.
real
I'm gonna have to go
Jam.
solo and do my own show.
Oh, okay. She going solo now, y'all.
This ain't the
She
real
leaving
thing.
the group.
She bring Dr. Richmond here. That ain't
Right.
Yeah.
Look
She
at
might. So
I'm
you
not even
Michael
Dr.
Jackson
Richmond today. Look at my name. Come on.
and we the
I'm just
Jackson
being
4.
me.
right.
Exactly. She Michael.
Yeah, she Michael and we
She
the Jackson
Michael.
4.
Get
I'm
back
not
on
playing.
track. Get
All
back.
right, get on track. We're talking
Yeah.
about
All right.
relationship.
We're okay. So we know about these family relationships. Family relationships are great. You're always going to have a little bit of everything going on in the family. You got the sibling rivalry. Sometimes, yes, you do have mom and dad. I won't say they play favorites. I think though, as they start having more kids, they learn and they do get a little more lenient. Um, and they get tired
Really.
too. They
Yeah.
are worn out by that time. They're like, okay, you know what? I'm not even gonna sweat it. Go ahead, do what you want.
I was
All
worn
I
out.
hear are excuses.
By the time they got
What?
children, I was worn out.
All I
I
I
know they
hate
was worn out.
Jam.
all I hear is excuses.
I love these comments we're getting tonight.
I know, I
Ain't nobody
know.
coming for you, Otis.
Ain't nobody
Ain't
coming.
nobody coming for you.
Listen,
Okay, so we're moving on. So we got friendships, and everybody has that special friend. I have a guy bestie and I have a girl bestie. And
is that
actually,
allowed? Well,
What do you
you
is
mean?
can
that
have
what do you mean? Is that
you're
allowed?
not married. You're not married. I'm just wondering, like for married folks, is that allowed for you to have a bestie of the opposite sex?
So everybody
Yes.
check in with us. Is it allowed if you are like I have a girl bestie and a guy bestie?
Leave me.
Is that allowable when you are married? Can you have a guy best friend?
Hey guys, let's hear your comments about
Yeah,
that.
guys, what do y'all feel?
Miss Morris, what you think? Can I have a guy best friend?
Girl.
Am I gonna have to get rid of my guy best friend once I get remarried? Am I gonna
Well, I found that when I did have a guy best friend when I got
Alonzo
married.
really?
Y'all remember Clarence used to be my best friend? So, but when we got married, me and Alonzo, I don't know. Alonzo just kind of filled all of that space. So there was really no time. It wasn't like, oh, I'm just getting rid of you and not talking to you. I just didn't have the time to talk or do what we did. No, Miss Mara says she's not feeling
You're not
that.
feeling that.
Oh, okay.
You better keep it platonic with a lady.
I mean, I'm gonna agree with Miss Mars. I wouldn't want my
Hush,
husband to have a
Alonzo.
girl best friend.
Yeah, so that's another thing. I had to think about it from that point of view. Would I want my husband to have a girl best friend? Ain't no way, because I'm not that type of chick. So nope. Me and you just gonna have to be best friends now, and whatever.
Yeah.
Lonzo, that was not his name. He called the boy can't get right.
Can't get right.
But he not talking about Clarence. He talking about somebody
I
else. I'm
know
not
who
gonna
you're
call
talking
their name. You know who I'm talking about.
Behave.
Okay.
Okay, so girl, you can have you single folks can have besties of any kind. Okay. All
Okay.
right.
That's so
We
fun.
good.
Because
We good.
I will admit it's sometimes really good to have a guy bestie because they can kind of give you the rundown on what guys
Yep,
are thinking. And you're like, wait, what? They
this
do
is
that?
true. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, I love it.
Yeah. So it's really helpful. Very helpful.
Do any of you all find it difficult to make friends or to be in a friendship?
Now, yes.
Yes.
Wait a minute. We got a comment that says defined bestie. Define bestie.
Mm.
Well, a best friend, that's usually somebody I can like
Talk to.
confide in about things.
Mhm.
Um, we can just, and they are not going to sugarcoat anything for me. And I don't sugarcoat anything for them. If we've got issues or whatever, and we're talking to each other, they're going to give it to me straight and,
Yeah.
and kind of direct me in the right manner. So yeah, that's, and they're trustworthy, honest, that kind of thing. So
We
they have
hope.
good communication skills, which I love.
Not
Okay.
friends with benefits, just a real
No,
friend.
no, no.
Right. So that was what I was going to say. Like a lot of times
Ooh.
when people used to say, you got a guy best friend and you married or whatever. And my thing is, I don't really like to I didn't want to put him just in a small category. I'm talking about my husband of just being my best friend. Like he just a friend. No, he is everything in the world to me. So no, he's not just my best friend. Somebody else can have that title. But then I had to kind of shift my thinking a little bit because he is my best friend, but he's so much more than that as well. So he is that person that
Aw.
so I can sleep with my best friend. Okay. Sherry, don't you do
So
that.
you do have a friends with benefits, okay?
I sure do that.
Okay, there. Oh,
Mm.
Help us.
anyway, so
Oh,
moving along to acquaintances, which we're just, those are people you're like, hey, how you doing? You know their name, blah blah blah. You just kind of keep it moving. You know, they're
yeah.
they're good folk, but they're just not in that
Cheers, where
circle.
everybody knows your name.
Exactly. See them, be like, hey, it's so good to see you. Okay, bye. You know, that kind of thing.
Thank you, Miss Mars.
And then we're going to get into romantic relationships.
Ooh,
Ooh. So we've got romantic relationships, which are, of course, marriages. And then you, of course, have us singles, me divorced and single, my baby sister just single. And we have to go through the dating challenges.
Ooh, child.
Okay.
Should we
And
put,
I
should
did
we put
have
her number in the chat?
and I'm gonna tell the truth. I did have a friend that we were kind of laughing and talking about some dating, and they were like, "I think somebody peed." We're talking about the pool, the dating pool. They said, "I think somebody peed in the pool."
Correct. Correct. Correct.
So
you know that
let me
might be
tell all
right.
y'all, the struggle is real. The struggle is
The pool
real.
is contaminated.
It
Contaminated,
just
honey.
might be. It just
Oh,
might be. There are some good ones, but look at here. You got to put plenty of chlorine and stuff. Try to get through all of that.
Huge.
the water is salty.
Yeah, it is. It's salty,
Oh,
Y'all
and
are
it's not from
crazy.
that the new salt treatment either. No,
mm-mm.
it's a different kind of salty. But so since we're talking about romantic relationships, we're going to talk about some, from the marital portion from my three married sisters. You guys give me some of the things that you believe keep your relationship healthy.
I'm gonna go first.
Oh, but she was just, I don't know, maybe I should put you last. You got a whole lot to say tonight.
It's too late. I'm already talking. Number
Oh.
one.
Okay, well then go right ahead.
Things for a healthy marriage. Okay, I would say number one, proper communication. A lot of times we say, oh, communication is key. Yeah, but proper communication is actually key
Well, go
to
on and
me
teach us.
because you could just talk to people any kind of way. But I feel like when you're in a marriage, since we're talking about marriage right now, there is a way to speak to each other, even if it's not, if even if you need to bring truth to something, and it's not the best subject. Um, you have to have tact and be able to talk to that person without being disrespectful.
Right.
Men do not like to be disrespected. Okay. So, and if you love somebody, think about it. Are you going to really be disrespecting them like that? No. So you have to learn how to speak to people. Number two, addressing issues the right way. Don't push it under the rug. A lot of times we say you have an argument about something, and instead of getting it right and we just gonna push it on the rug, we ain't gonna worry about it, just move
Right.
on. You can't really do that. You need to deal with those things because they can pop back up later on in the relationship, and now we ready to get a divorce because we ain't deal with it 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Number 3, learn to say I apologize when you're wrong. It's just that simple. Learn to apologize to people and move on. And those are my 3.
Why? Thank you, Charlotte.
All right.
Yes, Tiffany,
And I
don't go
guess
to bed
now we
mad.
can hear from one of your other sisters.
Yes.
You want to take it, Sherry?
Time.
Go ahead, Jamie.
Oh, I like that, Tiffany. She said, "Don't go to bed mad."
That's
I
it.
like that.
My 3 tips. Hold on, let me.
Oh, Jesus, help us, God.
Okay.
All right.
Jesus.
So
I'm
I
the only
think that
sister wears glasses.
one of the things that are really important in a relationship, especially a marital relationship, is a shared vision. So we need a common goal. We need to be moving in the same direction. That is so critical in order for us to have a lasting relationship in this space together.
That's
Jam.
move on.
Again,
Yeah.
All
You
right.
mean Dr. Richmond? We don't have Jam right now. We have Dr. Richmond.
That's Dr.
Go right
Richmond.
ahead,
Thank
Dr.
you.
Richmond.
But that
Thank
was
you.
good. That was
Thank
good.
You, Lori.
That was
Thank you,
good.
Lori. She
No,
understands it.
that's how us counselors talk.
They do. They do. As we stand in the light of each other's
Just go with your
presence.
little
Girl, read your reasons.
And so a shared vision is important. Let me stop. A shared vision is important. Again, that common goal, we're working together, building together. That's important. Time alone is important, especially if
Yeah.
you have children. Those, whether it's a date night or just time alone to just sit and be together. That's really important. And then, of course, for the men and everybody else, sex is important. That has to be a big
That is
part
true.
of that relationship to satisfy those physical needs. And so I'm going to leave it there. Those are 3. Thank
I
you.
like it.
Thank you, Jam. Or excuse me, Dr. Richmond.
Thank you.
Glasses and all.
All right, Sherry, go ahead. Put the icing on the cake. Here we go.
Okay, at the risk of sounding deep, one of the things
I think Jam already went there.
I mean, because way deep. One of the things that I've learned along the way, and is when you argue, like you said, there's a way to argue, but when you can't get to, if you can't get to agreement, and sometimes they're not seeing where you're coming from.
Right.
There's no need of harping on it. And a lot of
Exactly.
times I've learned how to go to my prayer closet and talk to the Lord about it, because a lot of times He can touch their heart quicker than what you can do.
Exactly.
You done jumped on it, you done screamed, you done and
Ooh,
Ain't nothing changed.
the
let
heart
the Lord
quicker
touch it.
than
Yes.
you can with all that fussing and upsetting and everything else.
That's
So
true.
a lot of times if you let it and leave it, and
Mm.
you've prayed about it, sometimes they'll come back around and be like, I was thinking the other day, maybe,
Uh-huh.
and I'm like, I want to speak in tongues right there. Oh, Jesus.
Exactly.
Because the prayers of the righteous
You
avail
know,
much.
and
Come on.
Jam.
so I know that, people, at the risk of sounding deep, but a lot of times if we just lean on Him, because He gave you that spouse and He knows how that spouse is supposed to relate to you. So, a lot of times if you go in prayer about it, David Thomas, Lord
You
bless
see
him.
him? You see him, Sherry? That boy's stupid.
And this is what we were talking about with our siblings. the
Sibling.
Family relationship.
Yeah.
Just wait till we get off of here. But anyway. But yeah, that's one of the main things that
That's a good
I've
one.
learned along the way.
Yeah.
And the next thing I guess would be totally honest. Sometimes it does, and it's how you say it, but be honest.
Yeah.
And this is, this is the thing that's really getting on my last nerve. And be vulnerable, because sometimes, as women, we want to, I can handle it. I can do this. You're not gonna get the best of me. And the thing is, a lot of times, be vulnerable. That is your partner for life.
That's right.
It's all right to be vulnerable with the person that you say you love, that you're in love with. you can be vulnerable. And and it comes together when you're able to to do that. And so, and it just comes with just having Christ first in your relationship. That's the main thing. If you got that aligned, everything else will just fall into place. So that's
I
all.
like it.
Thank you.
I love it. No,
That
Alonzo, we cannot have a men's perspective.
We
Cause y'all
can.
gonna
We
be
got you, Alonso. We
Copycat.
got you, Alonso. We give y'all a chance to have your say.
Oh,
Well,
that's a
thank
good
you,
idea.
Sherry. That was
That was
That
very
was
good.
good,
good.
very good.
David, watch
So
your back, please. Thank you.
They
now
don't.
for a single folk, we just have to kind of, I won't say kind of, we have to, I guess, look for certain things when we're dating.
Yeah.
Um, and it's not just the physical, even though that helps, really,
Hmm.
but
Mhm.
you want to look for some other things, as to whether or not they're able to communicate effectively, open
I like that.
communication,
Yeah.
lots of open communication and honesty. Um, and then too,
Is that what you're looking for when you're dating a person like that? Is that what
um,
you're saying? Or let me just ask the question. What is
like
your
when you
purpose for
go,
dating? What are you looking for?
okay, so, well, me as, I guess, a divorced individual and a bit older, I'm looking for that person to do life with, So dating for me is not just a casual thing. I
Okay.
am actually looking for that person I can go ahead and do the rest of life with because, I am about to shove more kids out the door and this is great. I love them, but
Okay.
they're about to go. And I want to go do some stuff. And it'll be great to share that with somebody. So, yeah, it's not just casual dating for me. So, like when going on a date, you want to have someone that can communicate. If they can't carry on a full conversation with you,
Ooh,
um,
that's
yeah,
bad.
it's not going to work.
You got to go.
If they can't answer questions honestly, and I'm going to ask questions. I have been told I was nosy. I was actually told that. I was like, what? I'm just asking questions here.
Keep your
Mm-mm.
hands off stuff. Yeah,
Right.
girl.
So, so I need some open communication and then, be able to trust, which is going to be hard for me, you know, since unfortunately, my marriage had infidelity involved. That's why it ended. So, yeah, trust is going to be a big thing for me. So that's the reason they need to be able to have great open communication and be honest, and then have that
Okay.
respect. I need that respect because if you have that respect, if you truly love, honor, and respect somebody, then you're not gonna go down that path. So, and of
Now,
course,
That's
Carolyn,
right.
Yes, ma'am.
all of that Lori just said,
Hmm.
is that out there?
Why are you asking me that question?
Because I mean, I didn't want to ask you the same exact question. What are you looking for when you're dating? I'm just,
I had an answer for that, but I don't have an answer
Oh, well,
for
go
it.
ahead then. What you looking for,
I
Carolyn?
don't know if that is out there. That's why I'm so. I don't know if that's out there. I don't know that it. I mean, I'm sure it must be out there, but
Mhm.
it's few and far between. So I can't say that I have seen that, but I have other things that I'm looking for in people. Um, of course, trust, honesty, and I don't even need to say handsome because I tell y'all that all the time. I can't be with somebody ugly.
She she won't date you if you're ugly.
I will not. You can be the nicest guy in the
oh
world.
yeah,
She just have to have kids with you, and then my kids will look like that. So sorry,
I'm
judge me. That's fine.
well, like I said, the looks do help,
It,
it
it
but
does.
they have to have way more than looks.
it's gonna make or break you over here.
Yeah.
But anyway, being honest, it ain't no help. It's gonna make or break.
Uh,
So anyway, but when I can't even say dating. If I'm interested in somebody, the things I look for is first of all, you have to be. What does the Bible say? Equally yoked. That's how they.
yep.
Do it.
Mhm.
But
Yep.
it's to me it means that not just you have communication, it's what you're able to talk about.
Right.
Right.
talk about the same things that I could talk about. I don't really care about the trivial what's happening in rap conversation. I don't care. That's not what I'm talking about. Like I spent the whole day at work counseling people. Let's talk about something with substance. So you gotta be equally yoked. That's one. Two, I need you to be intrinsically motivated.
I know that's right.
I'm a counselor, and so I tend to attract broken people who look for me to give them motivation and meaning in life.
Mm-mm.
But after a while, it's just so draining. It's like, you don't have none of this for yourself. Like, I really got to do this every week. I got to give you the pep talk every week. You're a king. Right? Why you know that by now? So
Right.
you have to be intrinsically motivated. I just can't be pulled on that much. You have to be independent. And I
Yeah.
have to be able to know that while you're being independent, you're not disrespecting me.
I know that's right.
So you
Exactly.
because I need whoever I'm with to give me my space. Y'all know I like my space now. I like my bed by myself. I like my stuff to myself. But while you're being independent, you need to make sure that you acting like I'm in the room with you.
Integrity. Yes.
Integrity.
Mhm.
Like I'm looking over your shoulder while you texting.
Mom says she's so proud of all your answers. All of us, not just one sister.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, I'm glad Carolyn said something about the intrinsically motivated
I know
because,
that's because that's a big
yes.
one.
Okay, so, also, even in marriages, even in friendships, even in
Yes.
Yes.
family
You're
relationships, you have to watch out
right.
for some relationships because they are draining. And one of those relationships is a codependent one.
Yeah.
And
I'm
that
sleepy already.
Girl.
and that is it's a relationship, it's not in
It's
balance,
draining.
and the other partner is just like taking, and you are giving. And I had to tell the sisters today, I was like, because when I read over some of the characteristics, I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, was that my marriage?
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
kind of gave me a little bit of a wake up call. But let me read some of these signs of a codependent relationship.
That is
Acting
funny.
as a giver while the other person acts as a taker. Going to great lengths to avoid conflict with the other person. Feeling like you have to ask permission to do things. Having to save or rescue the other person from their own actions. Doing things that make someone happy even if they make you uncomfortable.
Mm.
Feeling like you don't know who you are in the relationship, and elevating the other person even if they've done nothing to earn your goodwill or admiration.
Mm.
Wow.
So that, yes, that is a codependent relationship, and that's one you don't want to be in. And if you are in one and you recognize this, if you see a whole bunch of these red flags, please, please go ahead and start taking some steps to get out of that relationship. Well, you don't have to necessarily, but you need to take steps to correct the relationship.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and the first thing is just like acknowledging the codependent tendencies.
Mhm.
You got to acknowledge them. Then you got to have an open and honest, calm discussion with the other individual, and let
Run.
them know, yeah, run. No, I'm just
You're draining me. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. You gotta have that discussion with them, open and honest. But try to keep it calm, and then you've got to then start focusing on yourself and realize that you are of value, and give yourself the deserving time that you need, and realize that you are worthy. So sometimes that takes counseling. So if you need counseling, and I'm so
Mhm.
glad that mental health is like on the forefront nowadays. It didn't always used to be, but you can go get help. So if you find yourself in one of these relationships, please seek assistance.
Do we have an 800 number? For real time
I wish we did.
or mental health.
Yeah, for a mental health professional. But yeah, so the codependent ones, yeah, that's not a good look. Not a good look. And feel free to add, guys, if you need to add anything.
You're doing great.
You are. These
Okay.
comments coming in are great as well.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I did love Kimberly's
Yeah, you can't turn
comment.
red flags into green lights.
No, okay, Kimberly, now I'm going to give you the one that you need to be running. Okay, there is no trying to talk to the other person or anything. Just run. And that's that toxic relationship.
Yeah.
Okay. And if you don't realize it's an unhealthy relationship that can harm you emotionally, physically, and psychologically.
Mm.
And if you need to know the signs, I'm going to go ahead and read some of those signs. A lack of support, blaming you, competitiveness, controlling behavior, disrespect, dishonesty, gaslighting, hostility. Thank you, Kimberly. That is great.
I know that's awesome. I appreciate that.
Yes. And then hostility, jealousy, passive aggressive behaviors. I hate that. I really. Poor communication, and we talked about that. That's necessary in a relationship. Is the great communication. This is just the opposite. Poor communication, and causes you much stress, lots and lots of stress. So if you're in that type of relationship, run.
That sounds
and then
like
after you run, then you seek the counseling.
Jam. Really, rude lady.
Lack of support, competitiveness, disrespect. I mean, jealousy, stress. That sounds like you all. I'm in a relationship with y'all.
Deuce is there.
Yeah, where are you going? Hey, where are you going solo anyway?
This is why.
Exactly.
I just got confirmation that I need to go solo.
Don't head that way, Michael Jackson.
Y'all are a red flag, and I can't turn y'all into no green light.
Oh,
I got to go.
hey, that's
You know what?
that's a great.
So
at what point?
Says,
All right, go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. So, at what point do you take the time to know someone, and at what point do you run?
I run at the sign of a red flag. I run.
Yeah. Now, sometimes you don't know the red flags, but and you get into the relationship, and then all of a sudden you realize, oh my gosh, wait a minute, something's not right here. And you discover that you're in a toxic relationship. Then you go ahead and get away at that time, and you've got to do some working on yourself, because by that time, a lot of times your identity is kind of broken, and you have to recreate your identity, rebuild that identity, and then just cut off contact with that person totally. Don't go back and try to be like, well, maybe they cut off contact.
Detox. Yeah.
Detox. Exactly. A full detox.
That's a young woman's game. At our big age, you should know some red flags when you see them.
Right.
And because we ain't got time to waste at our age. We're not 18, 19, 20.
Yeah, no, ain't nobody playing games.
We 30 and up. This is 30 and up game here. We don't have time to play with you. I don't know how.
Girl, you finally made it to 30.
First of all,
she's 34.
Mm-hmm. Oh, she a whole 35 now, y'all.
Oh, she real grown. I mean, real grown up.
Thank you. But I don't believe in wasting time anymore, because I've been through situations where I have ignored red flags and wasted years and years and years. So now it's time for red flag. If you're not fitting my criteria, why am I wasting time? And another thing is because I know that you cannot change people. So if that's how you are, and that's one of my red flags, I'm not going to try to change you, because people don't change for other people. They change for themselves. So if that is the way that you are and you're comfortable with that, then we don't match. So I'm not around to try to change your red flags. Oh wait, no, you need to see it from
right. And people do that, and that's how they get stuck in toxic relationships, because I can change. You can't change anyone.
You can't, and
It's
you're
not
not supposed to go into a relationship trying to change anyone. You're supposed to go into
exactly
a relationship accepting them for who they are.
Yes.
So
right.
if you think you got to change them, that's the first red flag right there. You
Oh,
just
That's
go,
it.
just
I
go.
like my godmother always says, she said, do you ever go into a store and buy a dress and be like, I'm gonna fix it up and make it what I want? Or do you go in the store and you buy the dress you want? What
Exactly.
you like on it?
Okay, share with
You
that
don't
analogy.
Girl,
you
D
don't
Brown be on it.
yes, you do. But it's just like you don't go and look at something and then tomorrow I'm gonna fix it, I'm gonna do this. No, you go and get what you want. And a
That's
lot
it.
of times, if you know, a lot of times when that person comes, you need to be saying what I want. If you don't see that, deuces. Another thing I would like to say is not just romantic, but even friendships, because I
Come
have a
on, talk
thing
about
with
Yes.
it.
Yeah,
friendships.
that's what I said. It goes on for
Sometimes
everything.
people, you have friends and stuff like that will pull on you. I mean, every time they talk to you, drained. Every time it's something that you just sucked dry. I got to always pray. You ain't never prayed for me. Can I get a prayer? Sometimes. Sometimes you have to be a pull and a give or something. But
I,
sometimes you have to even sometimes shake people and be like, you know what? I need I need, a give in here. You
Yeah.
can't just
yes, Derek.
See,
take
she
it.
lost her train of
Yes,
thought. You
she
saw that? She
chose
Yes.
couldn't
to
keep
give.
talking.
Oh,
I
God.
said,
She got a little kerfuffle there.
But yeah, that definitely. I'm like that. Even with friendships, that can go that same kind of way, and
yes.
that pulling that cold dependent. No,
Sure, that's good.
no.
And do I hear a little evangelistic
Do you
something in
hear it
her
coming
voice?
up now?
Yeah,
You hear
I
it?
heard that too. I heard that
That's
silence.
my sinuses, people.
Oh,
Mm-mm. She about to go. You saw I
Yes,
just lift my hands. I'm gonna just receive.
yes, Alonzo. We are
exactly.
molded into what God wants us to be.
Correct.
He is the only one that can change us. People should not be trying to change you and make you into what they want. That's a controlling
Ex-
spirit, and you need to have a seat with your controlling self.
Correct.
Okay.
Exactly.
So,
Next,
anyway,
behave.
Share,
establish
Derek, I'm not
boundaries.
gonna start that evangelist.
Come on.
And Mama said every week Sherry preaches, don't she?
Don't
Yes,
she?
she
Baby,
Don't
that
she?
does.
baby it be on it. You hear me?
Low
Okay.
key. Low key preacher.
Yes, yes.
Yes. David
Oh,
joking, we're gonna invite you over to speak one Sunday.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Well, let's
well,
talk about a healthy relationship, Lori. You done got us down here with the toxic stuff.
Yeah,
oh.
everything was
We
so
only got
toxic
8
and
minutes
bad
left.
tonight.
No, we
What's
actually
going
did
on?
talk about some
We
healthy
did.
stuff because we talked about the what makes a couple in a marriage healthy.
Sure, sure.
So
Yeah.
and I can of course I can take from my past experiences and of course from my present experiences.
Yeah.
Because it was actually after my divorce, it was really interesting. Um, Rebuilding myself. I loved rediscovering me because I kind of lost me in there. It was really great. So
Oh, we
She needs
we love discovering
yeah,
you
she's
too.
got to have some experience in there.
Look at your brother,
good
Sherry.
job. You see, Sherry, you see David coming.
Look at-
She needs 3 years of service before she can preach at our church. Don't worry, Sherry.
I ain't
Listen, boo.
Sunday.
I got a perfect time for you
I ain't
coming.
Sunday.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yes,
where
Exactly.
you're
we're
gonna be
gonna
able to
have
get
you
him
in there.
back. Don't even
I ain't
worry about
Sunday.
it.
Don't
Well,
worry, I'll be here David.
one
But
thing,
go
Lori,
ahead.
that I don't think we really talked about was self-care and boundaries. How important that
Yes.
is in every
Ooh,
relationship,
Girl,
right? Taking time for yourself and setting those boundaries, especially if folks have been codependent or likely to latch onto you, and you
mhm.
are such a giver and nurturer as many women are. It is so important to have those boundaries in place so you don't find yourself, in those types of relationships.
Right. And you do have to create those boundaries and you have to also demand respect also. You don't just, he said already in his word that he gave us a spirit of love, power, and a sound mind. So you can speak the truth in love and demand the particular respect that you deserved.
Mhm.
And yeah, we have a lot of positive and even the negative stuff. God puts it there for a reason. I went through some real negative stuff. But you know what? I'm actually thankful for it. It made me grow quite a bit and I'm
That's what it
stronger on
does.
the other side. So I'm with Ari on there. Thank you. Next.
Oh,
Thank you, next. Yeah.
this song
So I
segment has
love
been brought
that.
to you by.
And
Um,
even in his word, he tells us that we all, Lord have mercy, here we go, that we all need relationship. And I
Yes,
think
we
one of
do.
my favorite scriptures is when he talks about in Ecclesiastes that two people are better off than one, for they can help each other succeed. If one person falls, the other can reach out and help. But someone who falls alone is in real trouble. Likewise, two people lying close together can keep each other warm. But how can one be warm alone? A person standing alone can be attacked and defeated, but two standing back to back can conquer.
Come
Three are
on now.
even better, for a triple braided cord is not easily broken. And that third one, we know who that is having the Lord in the midst. So I
Amen.
need him in there.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff
yes,
there.
ma'am.
Three
Oh,
are even better.
Mhm.
Wonderful.
Four.
Listen, this has been so fun and enlightening, and we thank y'all for joining us tonight. Thank you all for commenting and being here with us tonight and sharing your thoughts and perspectives on relationships and dating. Feel free to keep commenting. Feel free to send us
Yes.
an email at sistersperspective at gmail.com. If you want your joke featured or you just want to share a thought or a topic with us, reach out to us. We'd love to hear from you. We love to include you in our segments. And with that, we're going to say good night. Good night, everybody.
Good
early.
night. It is, Janelle.
Yeah.
It's like
Why
4 minutes.
rush?
Okay. Sissy,
So
what you need?
listen,
I just need a whole other
you
production
said
crew.
you said that email so quickly. Say it again.
Sisters, sisters perspectives at
See what I got to deal with.
gmail.com.
So make sure it's there. You go.
Sistasper. You want me to?
It's got to have the perspectives.
Yeah.
Perspectives
Oh,
at gmail.com.
Come
We
on,
thank Simmons Enterprises
come on,
LLC
come
for
on.
sponsoring us tonight. If you're in the Orlando, Florida area, please go see Sis Charlotte in her concert.
Just unashamed over there.
I am a C. I am a
Lord.
CH.
oh my
Kimberly,
CHRISTEIAN.
glad you can join us. Happy that we can make you laugh a little bit tonight. That is our goal, just to share our thoughts and perspectives and bring a little bit of enjoyment to your day as we discuss these topics. We appreciate y'all so much for joining us. And once again,
Thank
at
you, everyone.
7:57, we're going to say good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night. I guess we're forced to leave.